All for their fitness, and today I'm doing a brief little video about what the last 2 weeks of my diet and training have been like. And I just decided that since right after this I'm gonna film an actual informational video, and I just thought I might as well throw out, since this is perfect right in the smack dab in 2 weeks of the middle of the 1 month challenge I'm doing, about how much muscle I could put on in 1 month with all the little benefits that I had, so it could kind of be a thing you could kind of relate to, and not only relate to it in the fact that when and if you go back to the gym, how fast you're going to be able to put on all the mass you may have lost in this quarantine, but as well as be able to look at this and notice that I had a lot of things that gave me bonuses in how much muscle I would have put on normally, or put on in this month, than in a month where I had no big break and I had no other thing. And if you want to go and watch that video, I'll just link it right up in here and down in the description. And yeah, I'd love if you go and watch that, and you can kind of get the whole backstory of what this challenge is. But basically, the last 2 weeks have been pretty good. I haven't been able to train every single day because unfortunately I did not take into account that I'm going to be really, really sore after my workouts, more sore than I normally am. So I expected to be sore, but I expected that I would be able to recover in the time period enough to where I could still hit my each muscle group 2 times a week. And for the last 2 weeks, I just haven't been able to do that. But this week and next week, that's going to change, because I just did a leg day yesterday. I did a max deadlift. I got 315 pounds, and my max is actually 320. So somehow I managed to lose almost no strength. And I probably would have been able to hit 320 pounds, but they didn't have 2.5 plates, or like the kilogram version of that. So I couldn't do that. I tried to hit 220 or 325, sorry, and I just couldn't do it. I tried like 4 or 5 times. I just could not get it up, which is fine because I didn't realize that was, my max and over my max. I didn't even know I got that close. I just didn't expect it. I just was kind of slapping weights on, getting it up, and then afterwards I figured out I hit 315 for one, and that was amazing. So somehow I lost no strength. I don't know. I didn't go and look at any science to see whether or not, like, what you lose first, muscle or strength. I would assume it would have been strength, because I feel like if I was training and let's say in a week I hit a deadlift max at, I don't know, let's just go with 320, right? 320, and then I take a week off and then I go and try and do it again. I feel like I would do, I wouldn't be able, like, not a week. I'd probably do better at a week because I'd be all rested. But let's say like a month. A month, I feel like I just wouldn't be able to have the strength to go and do that. But it might also have something to do with my diet, which is something I wanted to go over. I I haven't been counting calories at all. I'm basically done with cutting. All that I'm really focusing on right now, just super laser focused on, is hitting my protein, which is 130 grams a day, and it has been tough. It has been rigorous almost, but I've managed to do it. I've managed to hit 130 grams every single day, whether I'm training or I'm not, and it's a lot, but it helps a lot, and I can notice a huge difference from when how I used to train, and I would be sore up until the next day that I would hit that muscle group. Let's say how my thing works is I'd hit chest on Monday, and then on Thursday I'd hit chest again, and within those 2 days or 2 or 3 days I would already be good to go. And right now, after these 2 weeks, because I was just getting kind of adapted to how sore I was being, I'm I feel like I have better recovery. I'll be honest, because after doing my leg day yesterday, that was basically the first real leg day that I've done. Because the leg day previous, I just was having a lot of problems. I was getting cramps, and it just wasn't good. I just didn't have the energy really to go and do a deadlift and a squat. I only got through the deadlifts. I could barely squat anything after that. So it just wasn't really good. So I didn't really count it. I just counted it as like a work in progress day, kind of like a deload day basically. But yesterday was the real deal. Like, I went all out in deadlifts and squats, and I'm barely even sore. The most sore I am is really having the bar on my back and like squeezing my traps. That's the most sore part, and I did lots of sets of both deadlifts and squats, and I'm just not sore at all really, which is incredibly surprising. And the only difference I made from how I previously used to train is I'm really focused on how much protein I'm hitting, and I'm also taking creatine. And if you don't know what creatine is, it's it's not something I can really explain in like 30 seconds, but the best of my abilities is that it increases energy in your muscles, so you're basically able to lift more, you're able to lift longer, you're able to be more intense, and there's just a lot of benefits to taking it. And you load it, you have to offload it, you load it again, and there's some benefits, there's some downsides. Maybe I'll make a video of it, and maybe that'd be something you guys are interested in. And if you are, please let me know down in the comments. But yeah, after 2 weeks, so when I started this, I was 132 pounds, and I weigh myself every day, and I'm chilling around 106. So I gained 4 pounds, and I do not believe that's all muscle. And a lot of people would say, "Oh, it's water weight." I can tell you it's not water weight. I promise, because at work for the last 4 or 5 months, I drink an incredible amount of water because I work outside in the blazing heat of California. Trust me, it's not water weight because I drink more water at work than I do when I start training and stuff. And I don't think I'm eating like a crazy amount of calories. Like each meal is like no more than 800 calories. My biggest meal of the day is 800 calories easy, and that's just breakfast is that. And I try to hit 32 grams of protein per meal for 4 meals. Sometimes I have to eat 40 in one meal, sometimes I have to eat 20 in this meal. I just kind of switch it all around, but I try to just get at least to that 32 grams mark. But I don't feel like I've been in a huge calorie surplus. Maybe 100 calories, 200 calories, but not like nothing like 500 calories that's going to put a pound on me in a week. So I don't I did not expect to gain so much mass so quickly. And like visually, I also don't notice myself gaining a crazy amount of fat. I'm still super vascular. Actually, about a few days ago, I was doing poses and I was just kind of going over my physique, and I realized how well my cut was actually working. Veins were popping in my forearms and my biceps way more. I was having striations in my chest. My anterior serratus was just poking out more when I do a front lat pose, and it was just looking good in my back, my lower back. I've never had a crazy amount of fat anywhere except my lower back, really. And even when I do the right poses, like a lat flare or just like a side tricep or something, I noticed that my back would actually pop out a lot more. Like I could see the back extensor muscles going up my back, and I thought that was crazy because I've never been able to see that before. So I don't think I'm gaining any fat, but it's just weird to think that I gained 4 pounds of muscle. I don't believe I did. 2 pounds at the absolute most, and I feel like that's still pushing it. Like I feel like that's a lot, but also not a lot of people have ever done a challenge where like this, because no one's ever had some crazy quarantine, right? And where they got to take a huge amount of time off and then see how long it takes to kind of gain all their muscle back. So I guess this is a really good test to see how that works. I never really thought about it like that, but that would be interesting. Maybe I'll continue this after the next 2 weeks and see just how long it took me to get all the way back up to 143, and whether or not it was all muscle or a lot of it was fat or water weight or whatever it was. So yeah, that's all I really got for this little update thing. It actually managed to be a lot longer than I anticipated. So if you enjoyed it, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to get notified when I post actual informational videos, because those are what you guys actually love. And if you are interested in knowing what this challenge actually is about, I would go check out the other video, and that might give you some insight and context to what this video is about and help you understand it a little bit more, and probably make it more interesting and make you want to follow along with what I'm saying, because it does benefit you in a knowledgeable way to know. So yeah, that's all I really got, and I'll be posting another one later today. I don't know exactly what it'll be. I have a few videos scripted out, but all of them are something that you guys wanted to see, except one. One was not something you guys requested down in the comments before, but the rest are. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next one.